Space agencies around the world are using VR to solve engineering problems, train astronauts, and repair incredibly complex equipment in zero gravity. The future of humanity in space might be built on the same tech that people use to play video games in their living rooms. NASA scientists and engineers at the Jet Propulsion Lab in California are using augmented reality to build the machines that enable these missions. NASA Protospace is a system that creates virtual models that engineering staff can use to bring their machines to life before starting the expensive process of actually building the thing. Protospace uses augmented reality tech provided by the Microsoft HoloLens platform. It allows engineers to see interactive 3D prototypes of mission hardware. Teams can do this in any environment, but they can also look at the 3D models in a clean room alongside partially finished builds of the same hardware. This all means that engineering teams can evolve mission designs at a low cost with a high payoff. Protospace has been used by multiple NASA missions, including the Mars 2020 mission which deployed the Perseverance rover. But most of the space missions that use extended reality happen on the International Space Station. Some astronauts have spent almost a year up there. To live in space, astronauts need to physically adapt to microgravity, and their brains adapt to the absence of the usual up and down sensations. The European Space Agency is trying to better understand these adaptations by observing astronauts using a VR headset to reach out for virtual objects. They call it the GRASP experiment, and it could be crucial for helping astronauts safely complete future spacewalks, which are literally some of the scariest things a human can do. Imagine trying to do mechanical work, weightless, in the dark, with few visual clues and the nagging knowledge that one bad mistake could leave you dying slowly in the vast void of space. Thankfully, most of the time, astronauts in space are doing their work inside the International Space Station. This is where augmented reality shines again, as NASA has been experimenting with systems that help astronauts do repairs and maintenance on the station. Augmented reality applications like NASA's Sidekick can act as smart assistants that suggest and illustrate steps in inspection and maintenance activities. This can allow astronauts to perform tasks without the assistance of mission control back on Earth. And the European Space Agency even tried adding VR to the custom stationary bike that astronauts use because even in space, you can't skip leg day. Even though the astronauts are getting their exercise, there are still tasks better suited to remotely operated robotic arms and vehicles. But that kind of machinery needs fine control in extreme environments. That's where VR comes into play again with a program devised by France's space agency in partnership with NASA and the ESA. Astronauts are using virtual reality headsets and a haptic joystick to recreate the sensations of vision, pressure, and touch when operating robotic arms remotely. This experiment is all about giving astronauts high-fidelity tactile and visual feedback so it feels like they're actually doing the work themselves, even though they're operating entirely remotely from a safe environment. The results could revolutionize the way people work and live in space, but it could also lead to vast improvements in how we operate machinery on Earth. And that points to how all this space-based VR tech may benefit humanity directly. Just like with memory foam, space blankets, and plane de-icing, all of which came from NASA research projects, VR tech developed for space exploration can be repurposed to improve life on our planet. And that's something to be hopeful about.